Maybe I didn't hear that. Yeah, so we just raced. We're waiting for Kevin. You coming in here, KO?
I'm here.
We're waiting for you.
Oh, I'm gonna feel real tall.
Are you gonna fit in the view? Yeah, you're fine.
There we go.
So what should we even talk about?
Scope out these really white
I'm
knees.
just gonna sit here and let you guys talk.
I feel like that was
I just want to rock.
This is actually pretty cozy.
All right, definitive ranking of Legend of Zelda dungeons.
Yeah? Wait, no.
I don't even know like the dungeon items for half of them.
Yeah, no, we just finished playing The Legend of Zelda. We did a really cool thing this year where we all we didn't really race like through the overworld. We all would catch up and do each dungeon in like the traditional like 1 through 9 dungeon order.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we all started at the same time and got to go through, had a real good time.
It was fun. We had troubles in the last one is all.
Yeah, Death Mountain is rough.
I had died and it wasn't a big deal because I could go get a potion, but then there was a room where I wasn't anticipating how many hearts whatever an enemy did.
Okay.
And
You need a different chair.
I know. I'm blinding people with these knees.
yeah,
Josh,
I can't remember what it
swap
was. I think it was a whiz robe or something, but
No,
And
you can keep your chair.
I only had the blue
That's my
potion left,
Yep.
but I was waiting to use it.
Right.
But then that killed me. But I definitely require at least a potion personally to get, even if every room is cleared already.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to like get back to where I was.
Because the Wizrobes all respawn.
And they're the worst.
And which is the worst thing ever. And it's like a gamble. Like, can I make it to Ganon? Am I gonna have enough health? You know, you want to have that extra potion on hand. And for me, it's like when I grab those silver arrows, like that's usually where I need to go back and grab another potion just so I have enough juice.
Enough juice to get
to
you there.
get all the way through. But it's a gamble that we lost over and over again, as everyone saw.
Yeah, so
We had like a lot of deaths in Death Mountain. I think
We should
I
go
almost,
back and count them.
Yeah, I had quite a few.
I
got up
was
to, like,
getting
6.
pretty frustrated.
I think I had
personally.
one significant one.
Yeah, that was a rough one though. You were at Ganon. He was
He was brown
gone, yeah. And then death.
or red, whatever color.
But you came back
I did.
and you won.
Yeah, and then I also, because I was factoring like pretty much a minimal route. I think I had 1 key left and no rupees because I was like, whatever, use a potion whenever you feel like it, because you start with 200 and whatever 55 rupees, so you can just buy potions willy nilly. But then when I practiced, that's how it was too, and I maybe came close to dying, but I didn't even think I was gonna die like that. So then, like, not having any rupees, I was like, oh, I didn't plan for this. That goes back to what we were talking about yesterday, just being like out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was getting like frustrated and cranky, but whatever. Money making game.
I was very
save states.
And
Save
re-entering
states.
Death Mountain, I was very cranky, and I was.
You didn't want to.
I
Yeah,
wanted
you
to.
were-
I
you
wanted
wanted
to
out,
rage
right?
quit, and I started just spamming those silver arrows because I just like wanted to machine gun everything, and I didn't know that it used rupees. Silver arrows used rupees. I learned that today. Valuable lesson. And so
The regular
so I had
burgers,
to
too.
do. Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
You're
am I?
shooting
Why
rupees
am
at
I
people.
here?
Well, I mean, why would you? I mean, why would you think that? I'm not saying about you, but like, why would anyone realize that
Right.
without
Yeah.
like reading? I think in the manual it tells you,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you're like staring at your inventory,
Yeah, and you see like the
Yeah, like
ticker
I
going
wasn't.
down.
I'm not looking at my rupees. I think at one point I noticed that they dropped, but I was like, oh, I didn't realize I'd spent as many as I did. and it was just as luck would have it. There was a couple little Wizrobes hanging out in a room nearby that didn't kill me, and I was able to get two rupees from them and capitalize on it. Like, that was the other thing. I was thinking I was gonna go back to Ganon and then miss him with a shot.
Oh, that would have been pretty bad.
Oh man.
It would only have happened to me, but that's why I'm here, just for stuff like that.
I'm glad you stuck with it.
Yeah,
I am
This was
too.
really fun.
Yeah.
I feel like the deaths were like kind of frustrating, but
yeah,
I think we were all like pretty relaxed and chill with it anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a good group.
Yeah, it helped kind of like alleviate the
It was also good.
frustrations.
It was good to
We're
have
cool.
people.
Yeah.
That fairy's cool.
Mossie's told me where to go a couple times. So that
Yeah,
was
Mossy's
cool.
was just giving out. Everyone was really helpful, actually.
I got kind of lost in a couple of the levels.
Yeah.
We were figuring out some secrets of Dig Dogger on
Once
stage.
again, this just
Scoping out the secrets.
it just goes to show the skill level that you guys have above me. Because, like, most of the time, I know where to go. And I'm hearing you guys, like, I don't know where to go. I'm lost. Oh, I went in the wrong room. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, but you would still end up on the other side before I get there.
I don't even know if it's skilled though too, because some rooms, like when I was just last year when I raced against Trevor, if there was a room where I knew I could get a key, this is also considering that we didn't start with 9 or whatever. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna get the key in here. But in Life of Luxury, it's like, just keep going or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would notice that in your run was like sometimes I'm like, oh, you're like killing people in this room because you like get a key or something, but you probably don't need it, you know?
Yeah, I think I could have capitalized on knowing how many keys I needed and strategized a little bit more with that. I'm sure, like, I'm not really good in that regards. I'm more just
I didn't
familiarized.
strategize well with it either, to be honest.
there was
I don't think any of us really like knew how many.
Yeah. There was a couple rooms I definitely was sitting there killing things, and then I looked up and I was like, oh, the door's wide open.
Yes, I hate that feeling. That is like one of the worst
You
feelings.
kill a bunch of enemies and then like bombs drop and it's like, oh, this is well, maybe that's okay sometimes, but you're on like level 2 and you're fighting like a whole room of ropes. Yeah, that feels bad. I was fighting Petra for a while and dying. Realized I didn't really need to fight him.
Level 2 is a good example. Like, you can skip like almost every room you're in.
Yeah, you just run right through it in this mode.
But if I play it like normal, they drop bomb. Like, I don't have as many bombs, so I'll fight them to get the bomb drops, to get the key drops, all of that. But in this, it's just like, is the door
Just
open?
run.
If the door's not open, I guess I gotta kill these guys. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep going up. That was my strategy.
Did you both get you got the boomerang, right?
Yes, I did. I got the
I didn't
boomerang.
get it.
I think I was probably the only one that got it.
Okay.
That's part of my thing is I like being able to hit the bats out of the air with it, or keys.
That
Sorry,
feels-
Mossies. But
Can you kill Vires with it too?
you can stun almost everything.
Yeah, you don't kill
pretty
them.
good to
You
You
can
can kill their
stun
bats,
things,
but,
and so it's like you can stun, especially like the stronger enemies in their place. A lot of them, and so like when you're knocking out enemies and you got bats flying around and you don't have 100% health, you can still knock them out and not have to worry about them flying into you.
if whenever I'm like playing the game not like that, I'll usually get it because it's fun.
It is fun. It's nice to be you're stabbing things with one hand and you're like throwing that boomerang.
That's like a coordinated. That's like tap your head and rub your tummy type situation.
It's too cool to
Stun and
pass up.
stab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in like a more casual whatever playthrough of the game, I'll like always have the boomerang on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's like the
the
go-to.
good secondary.
You almost want to unequip your sword and just start.
The same thing like a
Boomerang
Link to the
guys.
Past, stuff like that. Boomerang is like a solid
It's a good overworld item.
overworld item. It's not like particularly interesting, but it's just nice to have.
In A Link Between Worlds, do you get the boomerang?
No.
No, I don't either. It's the one item I don't get.
No, it's not really that helpful.
Yeah.
I've only encountered use for it in our Let's Play in one location, and it tells you, like, hey, you need the boomerang here. And I'm sure you could...
And they did that just so to get you to have to buy the boomerang, probably. They snuck that in the game.
Yeah, I feel like they could have implemented the boomerang better. Now we're just talking about a Link Between Worlds.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
They could have gotten the boomerang into a Link Between Worlds better than they did. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Maybe make it required for a dungeon.
Yep.
All right, I've said my piece about the boomerang.
There's been a lot of boomerang talk this
There has
marathon.
been. I think it's been the item of this marathon.
Well, it's like a classic. I mean, we just saw it in action in the very first Zelda game.
Yeah.
It's the first item you really get that you can use, too. Like, you get the bow, and it's like... Actually,
You don't even know.
I remember playing The Legend of Zelda back in the day and getting the bow as a kid and being like, okay, what's it doing? I go to it and
making you tougher.
There were so many NES games at the time where like things were just so obscure, like the inventory alone was like a puzzle you had to decipher.
Yeah.
And
there's no descriptions. It's just like, here's some thing, like...
So I'm just like, I have the bow. Punch. Why can't I shoot things? I don't know. So, yeah, the boomerang, though, you get that and it feels good. And you get to see the guys using it on you. You're like, wow, what if I had that? Then
I'd be in control. You could hang out.
Tables have turned.
You could just park yourself in a dungeon and be like one of them. Hang out with the blue gorillas in, where are they, level 6?
Park yourself.
Yeah, just hang out.
Level 6.
Be your own, be your own gorilla.
That Goria dungeon didn't help us who had the bonus stuff for this.
Oh, yeah, with the magic sword.
Yeah, because it's like, it helps a lot when there's Wizrobes and the blue dark nuts.
Yeah.
But then there's just like, okay, and then one of the later dungeon is just filled with Gorias. Like, okay.
A nice keys room.
Yeah. Great.
Send in the keys.
Yeah. We've been waiting to finally launch this trap on him. He hadn't seen these guys before.
It was just like a dusty room. They kind of forgot about it, and the bats were like flying in. Like, oh, this place is cozy.
I do wonder because, obviously, a lot of work went into the game. But it's funny when you think about the water temple or something. You're thinking like, okay, someone had to like make sure that you can't ever get stuck and all this stuff, and like it's this intricate level design, and that I think about like not even dissing it. I just wonder what was going through like whoever designed certain dungeons' mind when they're like, all right, Death Mountain is just a room full of keys. Like there's an art to this that I don't understand. The feng shui of the dungeon, maybe
Death by 1,000 keys.
Yeah, it can't just be every room can't be Patra, Landmola. They can't all be like the big hitters,
Yeah.
There's gotta be some crowd policers.
I hate them. They're annoying. They get you.
Keys?
Yeah, they get you.
Yeah.
They're unpredictable.
What's going on, Moss?
Hey, Moss. Welcome to the round table
Sitting.
for boomerang discussion.
Sitting pretty.
Oh, we're talking boomerangs?
We were.
Yeah, we were for a little bit. We can go back to it.
Did anybody get a boomerang in Legends of
I
Zelda?
did. We talked about this.
Yeah, you mentioned you were going to get it.
I did use it.
And I questioned the strategy. In fact,
It didn't help.
in the first dungeon, I was like a screen or two behind Kevin and Goo. But I was like a couple screens ahead of you. So it's like, I got to Aquamentus. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to get first or second. So I went back to the Wallmaster room to get the key.
Yeah.
Then I still had more time. I was going to go to the Goria room to get the boomerang. And I had the time. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need it. So I just went and fought Aquamentus and went.
Should have got the boomerang.
I watched your playthroughs, and you're really good at avoiding those keys.
Oh.
I'm not. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses.
Do you get the level 2 boomerang?
No, I don't.
I feel that's a downgrade.
I don't like the level 2 one.
It goes too far.
Yeah. It's too
far.
overzealous.
Also, like, what it does it do more damage? Like it, because
it's just blue.
The only enemies it does damage to, it kills. So like,
it just goes full screen. That's it.
That's another thing. I wonder what they're thinking. They're just gonna love this one.
And they put it in the second dungeon after the regular boomerang is in the first dungeon.
That's a real Twilight Princess right there move.
There's a lot of good weapons in this game that don't come into play until too late, I would say. Like you get the magic rod in Dungeon 6.
Dungeon 6, yeah.
And then you get the magic book in Dungeon 8. Like by that point, it'd be nice to get the magic book early.
Yeah, or the skeleton key early on. Get that Dungeon 1.
Skeleton. Magical key.
It's the magical key, yeah.
Well, you don't want that
I'm thinking
early
of Skyrim.
Now,
skeleton key.
Now the power bracelet.
That's some pretty useless material right there.
Have you ever thought it looked like a croissant?
Yes.
It absolutely looks like everyone
It's
thinks
a
about
croissant.
that.
It makes me kind of
I just think
hungry.
of it as like a C. It's like,
We're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're seeing croissants
I'm
in Zelda
dying
now.
to eat.
The
And drink
fatigue
this
is settling
old coffee that you made.
No, we're gonna dump
Old
it.
coffee.
Andy's making coffee from now on. He's got the system down on the coffee pot, apparently.
So I think we're moments away from Skyward Sword.
Okay.
yeah.
Or is it at 1 p.m.?
1 p.m.
Oh, okay.
We got a
So
little
we
bit
have
of time.
12 minutes to talk about the magic rod. Or the,
We got to talk about Skyward Sword here.
yeah.
Are you
Okay.
ready for Skyward? Neither of you two are playing?
No. Should we leave?
Let's get out of here.
Should we?
I don't know.
You,
We're playing and we're thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
Well,
so if you guys want to get something to eat, let's all go.
So we're on Team Lock.
Okay.
And
That's always a good team to be on.
Locke is actually not the best player here, though. Because Catherine's got a better time.
Catherine.
So
Catherine's the ace in the hole.
I
We're
think
going
this
to try to make a trade.
this puts a lot of pressure on Locke.
I feel like Locke is so good under pressure, though. I think he's gonna shine today.
Has Locke ever failed?
Locke has
Locke has never failed.
Anything in his life? Like, has he ever missed a word in a third grade spelling bee? No.
Yeah.
None that I can recall.
Maybe he got like a 99 on an algebra test back in the 8th grade or something.
Do some
That's
digging.
one regret.
Do some digging.
Yeah.
That's Locke's one regret in life. Is
Yeah,
that,
it sticks with him.
that algebra.
He thinks about it all the
He
time.
has it locked away in a secret safe.
Locked away.
So no one...
But I mean, that being said, Team Catherine they can't lean on Catherine the whole time. I'm talking quieter, like I don't want them to hear me. We're being streamed on the internet.
Right, but
But they can't have Catherine just
No
play,
one will ever
you know?
know.
Catherine is with. We have Allison,
Allison's
Rachel.
good.
Allison, Rachel,
solid.
and Katie.
Yes.
Then there's Catherine,
Oh, that's a good team.
Ashton.
Ashton, and Sean.
Yes.
That's a good team.
And then you have
You know
you have the
And
job
then it's
squad.
Locke.
I think, you know what? Well, Katie is not a strong Skyward Sword player. She's their luggage.
Yeah?
Sean
I
is
wouldn't
some
say Katie's
overhead
luggage. Katie
storage.
knows the
I
game.
think 2 years ago would disagree with you.
Sean is not as familiar, but they don't have like the baggage like our baggage is like we're over the 70-pound limit and we have to pay
You
the
guys-
extra fee.
Yeah.
You guys
and we're
are
doing
like-
it like international too. Like,
Yeah.
we're taking a tour.
Yeah, and this is like Spirit Airlines baggage. Like, you got to pay $150 for the bag when the flight was only $25. You know?
You guys
and
are
Locke's
like
paying for it.
the
Locke's
goon
paying.
squad of this one. Like the other ones, it's like, oh, that's like a solid faction, but this one you're like J&J security to, like you're just the goons that
gonna
are
say
there to
the
get beat
three-man
up by
band.
the champs.
No, well, we got to clear. No, we're
no, well, yeah.
Locke is the Miz, and you're Curtis Axel, and I'm
You are
Bo
Bo
Dallas.
Sorry, the wrestling
Bo
reference.
leave.
Yeah, I'm stuck in this all of a sudden.
Basically, Catherine is gonna pick them both up at the same time and slam them through a table.
Catherine's Braun Strowman here.
Yeah.
Locke in the mid doesn't fit the Miz. No, he's not. He's not running from anything.
No.
No, he's like
Locke is
the human algorithm.
Dwayne the Lock Johnson.
Yeah, that's so totally who he is.
All right, well, I'm
know
gonna go
your-
check
know
in
your
and
code.
set up.
Okay.
I think we're moments
Can we
away.
just flip over there or what?
You know, we'll flip over there without the audio. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can wind things up
down,
or down.
wind him down.
that way.
All right, it's
Okay.
been great talking with you all. That was a fun race.
Yeah, that was
Try
really
it again
Never,
some other time.
Never again.
No.
As
You
they all
this
heard.
is retired?
As they all heard, I officially retired.
You never.
We're gonna have fun next year with it, I think.
I will have fun watching from the sidelines, and I will be rooting for
But
all
we
of
need
you.
you to play. We're gonna have 12 racers.
Wha-
12
How could
players.
you